This is 102.1 KPRI in Encinitas. Good to have you along on this Monday. Oz here. And we are live in the studio today with the winner of the Best New Artist and the Best Female Pop Vocal Awards at the Grammys. Adele has been kind enough to drop by.
Hello.
With her trusty companion, Ben. Thank you. Thank you for taking time out. You were supposed to be here a couple of weeks ago. You got ill, and, I thought that was going to be the last we saw of you, but I'm very impressed that you came back to visit.
It's nice and hot here. We've been on tour, and we started out hot because my first show on the tour was in San Diego at the House of Blues, and then we slowly went to Arizona, and then in Texas it was just raining the whole time, and then we ended in like Detroit and Cleveland. It was freezing, so any opportunity to be in the heat.
Well, welcome back.
Thank you.
We're going to try and get you to do as much music as possible. So,
Cool.
What do you want to start with?
Start Right As Rain. Who wants to be right as rain? It's better when something is wrong. You get excitement in your bones and everything you lose a game. When night comes and you're on your own, you can say I chose to be alone. Who wants to be right as rain? It's harder when you're untied. 'Cause when hard work don't pay off and I'm tired, there ain't no room in my bed as far as I'm concerned. So wipe that dirty smile off. We won't be making up. I've cried my heart out and now I've paid enough for overlove. No, no, who wants to be riding a high when you just crumble back on down? You give up everything you are, and even then you don't get a fire. They make believe that everything is exactly what it seems, but at least when you're at your worst, you know how to feel things. See, when hard work don't pay off and I'm tired, there ain't no room in my bed as far as I'm concerned. So wipe that dirty smile off. We won't be making up. I've cried my heart out and now I've paid enough for old. Go ahead and still my heart to make me cry again, 'cause it will never hurt as much as it did then when we were both right and no one had blame. And now I give up on this endless game. Who wants to be right as rain? It's better when something is wrong. I get excitement in my bones even though everything's a strain. When night comes and I'm on my own, you should know I chose to be alone. Who wants to be right as rain? It's harder when you're untied. 'Cause when hard work don't pay off and I'm tired, there ain't no room in my bed as far as I'm concerned. So wipe that dirty smile off me. I've been making up. I've cried my heart out and now I've paid enough for all. No room in my bed as far as I'm concerned. So wipe that dirty smile off me. Whoa, been making up. I've cried my heart out and now I've paid enough for overlove. Whoa, yeah, below. Whoa, did down. Whoa, just go.
Amazing. 102.1 KPRI live in the studio with double Grammy Award winner Adele. And how has life changed after the Grammys? I understand you're traveling a little more comfortably these days.
I get I get my own tour bus now, which is lovely, because before I was sharing it with like 11 smelly men. No offense, Ben. But now I get my own bedroom on the bus and stuff like that, so that's nice. And we never I'm not like asking to like fly first class or anything, but I fly British Airways when I never really fly internally in America because I hate flying. So I usually just fly into America and then drive around and then fly out. But British Airways are very proud of me, so they upgrade me sometimes. which is
Show you
nice.
off.
Yeah.
Now, talk about the Grammy experience. What was it like being part of the show? There were a lot of amazing people there. McCartney,
A lot
Robert
of
Plant,
amazing people.
Coldplay, Radiohead, and I heard you ran into Justin Timberlake backstage.
I, I did. It was amazing. The Grammys, like Snoop Dogg was next to me, like sitting down, and we were in the hallway, and Jay-Z and P Diddy and Neil Diamond were there. It was amazing. But my publicist Benny used to be NSYNC's publicist, and I'm the biggest Justin Timberlake fan. Like he's my life. Like I love him so much. And Benny tried to introduce us at the Black Ball, which is Keep a Child Alive, which is a charity I support, which is Lee Blake and Alicia Keys doing. It was in New York, this one. Anyway, and my publicist tried to introduce me to Justin, but I just legged it and ran a mile because I can't meet him. It was too much. And then, you know, I was so hectic at the Grammys. Wherever anyone told me to go, I was just kind of so frightened. I'd just go. I'd be like, yeah, right, I'll go there, whatever. So he took me into this room, and it was Justin Timberlake's dressing room. So I couldn't just leg it out this time because he's right in front of my face, and like his publicist and my publicist has organised it. So he knew I was coming. So I was just like, oh, hi, really nice to meet you. And then he like sat down and like finished talking to someone else. So I just stared at the wall for a couple of minutes, like thinking this is mad. And then I was just like turned around, like it was too much to be there. And I was like, I've got to go, I've got sound check. I didn't have sound check though. And he was kind of like, oh, I've just cleared out the whole dressing room so I could talk to you. And then by accident, I said, oh, I'll try and come back later if I can, you know, if I can find the time. But I meant to say, if it's okay, if you have time, can I come back later? And then I just ruined it and made it seem like I didn't want to meet him. It was a highlight of my life. But yeah.
It was an amazing show. Now, you've said that 19, which is an incredible record, you didn't want it to define you, and I'm sure you're ecstatic about the Grammys, but I get the feeling that you kind of wish that all the awards and the adulation hadn't come so early, that you maybe had a little more time to put in some time, you know, to build a career. How do you feel about that?
I mean, winning the Grammys was like, it's amazing, and I really didn't expect to be nominated, let alone to walk away with a couple. Like it's an amazing feeling, and I am really honoured to be given a Grammy because, for me, like Grammys, you know, they're the Oscars of music awards, and I think it's incredible that they kind of just recognise some random British girl who's on her first record, and considering that they, you know, other people are bigger than me here up until then. Do you know what I mean? But in a way, yeah, I didn't want 19 to define me because I don't think it has a specific sound. You know, it's kind of. It sounds like all my favourite kind of music. Do you know what I mean? There's folk on it, there's R&B, there's pop, there's jazz, there's lots of different stuff on it. And I don't know, it's gonna be kind of hard to beat the first album in terms of like accolades and sales and people's opinion on me. Like I feel like I've got a lot to kind
live
of
up to.
Yeah, live up to on the second record. And I was hoping that I wouldn't ever feel like that. I was hoping that my first album would be all right, and then my second one would be good, and then my third would be the album. That's what I was hoping.
Now, is there any artists out there who you admire who you can point to and say, that's the way I want my career to kind of take that trajectory?
Carole King. I think her career is amazing. Just the fact, like, Tapestry is one of my favourite albums ever, and the fact that like legends like Aretha Franklin went on to cover her songs, I think is amazing. And she's a proper songwriter as well, and people recognise that. And I don't think I've come into my own yet, but a lot of people don't seem to really care that I write my own songs. But maybe that's because I write this kind of, you know, pop songs rather than kind of songs that have true meaning and really force you to listen. But yeah, certainly Carole King, and the fact that like she's not like a celebrity. I hate it when kind of people become more celebrity than musicians, and that's never seemed to be the case with her.
Now, one of your big inspirations or influences was Etta James. Have you had a chance to meet her? I know you guys are going to do a show together.
We're doing a show together at the Hollywood Bowl in June, which is going to be stupidly amazing. Like I don't think we have to do a set. I'll probably just be crying the whole time. But I haven't met her yet, and I'm looking forward to meeting her. But I can't meet my idols because they are human, and I think that they're superheroes, and then they're not. But I sat like 8 rows behind her at the Fashion Rocks in New York and tried to kind of touch her, but just kind of chickened out.
Now, you've got another great gig coming up in New York City at the Roseland Ballroom. That's going to happen on May 5th, which is your birthday.
Yeah, it's my 21st birthday.
How are you going to celebrate?
Well, I'm going to play a show to 3,000 people, which will be amazing. I did it last year as well for my 20th birthday. I played 2 shows in London, and it's just the most like amazing feeling because like it's the best feeling ever to be on stage, let alone on your birthday. And like I'm sure everyone's fans are great, but my fans are amazing. And I think that they'll be really excited to be there with me as well. And then I'm going to go out and I'm going to go to every single bar that never let me drink because I'm underage. I'm going to be just like shove my ID in their face.
That'll be a great show, May 5th at the Ballroom. Can you do another song for us?
Yes, I'm going to do a cover if that's all right.
Fantastic. We'd love to hear it.
A song called That's It, I Quit, I'm Moving On.